Hi friends. Hi friends. This is practicing advocate Sriman Narayana Malila, tax litigation advocate Sriman Narayana Malila, enrolled with the AP High Court, practicing advocate enrolled with the AP High Court, and appearance legal counsel for the various other high courts with respect to tax matters. Today I am going to discuss about section 129. What is meant by section 129 of the Central GST Act means search seizure, penalties in the case of search and seizure. So when your vehicles are moving on the roads or goods carrying, in such cases sometimes when officer was stopped the vehicle and asked some documents, if there is any deficiency in the documents, then he levy the penalty. Then such cases what to do? That's what that is the case. How you are the person, what are the actions you need to take, and what is the law says that. That's what I'm going to guide you today. See, the seizure and confiscation goods from the place of the business, it's you need to read with section 67 along with 130. What says that in case of section 7, seizure from the place of business, in case in the during the transit, it's governed by section 129. So now I'm talking about only section 129 with respect to seizure of the goods during the transit. Along with section 129, see, for example, irrespective was carried out the business premises, a taxable person, transporter, warehouse operator, or any other premises, including the resident premises, if any unaccounted goods are found, such goods are liable for confiscation. Whether your business place or non-business place where unaccounted sales found, unaccounted goods found will be liable for confiscation. Usually, in the case of seizure, what will happen? Seizure goods, transporter, possession, transfer the possession to the department, and then they will pass the seizure order. With respect to section 67, seizure from the place of business. Option 1, pay apparent amount and get released. In case option 2, order for seizure of the goods or document shall be passed. Pay applicable tax and penalty under section 122 subsection 1. Goods shall be released. All the proceedings in this respect shall be deemed to be concluded. Option 2, furnish the security and get provisional release. And the dealt by section 130 subsection 2. Tax and penalty payable along with redemption fine. If option not opted, confiscated goods shall be disposed of. This is the thing will happen. If you read with section 130 subsection 2 says that confiscation order plus redemption option to remove the goods by paying fine within 3 months. Okay, redemption fine in case of the goods, what to do? In such case, maximum redemption fine is equal market value of the goods minus tax chargeable. Okay, market value of the goods minus tax chargeable on that. That will be the redemption fine. In case redemption fine in case of conveyance to the owner of the conveyance, tax payable on goods transported thereon. This is the way will happen confiscation and seizure. In case goods in the transit, until now I talked about the way the place of the residence or other than place of residence. Now I'm talking the goods while in transit, along with read section 68 and situation 2 section 68. Conveyance carrying the goods are interrupted by the proper officer, inspection in transit. Then what to do? If transporter was found transporting, storing such goods which are removed in contravention of the provisions of the act, such goods and conveyance are liable for the confiscation. See what he telling. If transporter was found transporting or storing such goods which are removed from the contravention provisions of the act, such goods or conveyance liable for confiscation. So while moving the goods, you should follow certain conditions like e-way bill, tax invoice, all this stuff. If you are not follow, if the proper officer was intercepted, it will happen to confiscation. So then what to do? Seizure. Seizure goods are transfer the possession to the department. Seizure order they will pass. With respect to section 129, seizure in transit. Penalty payable for the released goods. Notice within 7 days of the verification of the conveyance, specifying the along with the penalty. See, penalty order within 7 days of the service of the notice after giving opportunity of being here. They will give penalty order within the 7 days of the service of the notice after giving the opportunity of being heard. Upon payment of the penalty within the 15 days receipt of the order proceedings in respect of the deemed in respect shall be deemed to be concluded. What you understood what I'm telling? Upon payment of the penalty within the 15 days of the receipt of order, all proceedings of this respect shall be deemed to be concluded. Okay. The side period of the 15 days shall be reduced in case of the perishable goods. Penalty order within the 7 days of the service of notice after giving opportunity of being here. Upon the payment of the penalty within the 15 days of the receipt of the order, the proceeding shall be concluded. The side period of the 15 days shall be reduced in case of the perishable goods. How the penalty will be there? Owner of the goods coming forward and claim release. In such case, taxable goods means the penalty is equal to 200% of the tax payable. Understood? The owner come forward. Owner is coming forward. That too goods are taxable goods. Then you have to pay 200% of the tax payable. So, while moving the goods, you should follow the rules. Then this thing will not happen. Next, in case of exempted goods, what will happen? Exempt goods like you're carrying tomato, agriculture product, not liable for GST. Then such case, there is no tax invoice or bill of supply or e-way bill. Then what you do? Then the proper officer intercepted. Then what will happen? Exempted goods means 2% of the value of the goods or 25,000, whichever is the lower will be the penalty. So in order to remove this penalty, you need to follow the e-way bills and goods carrying with the properly with the bill of supply, either tax invoice, either bill of supply, and along with in case of exempted goods, bill of supply. In case of taxable goods, tax invoice, and along with e-way bill. This is what I want to say. In case release the conveyance, owner of the goods coming forward na. That's what I say. Taxable goods means 200% penalty. Exempted goods means 2% of the penalty. Release of the conveyance Penalty is equal to penalty for the release of the goods are 1 lakh, whichever is lower. If you want to release the conveyance, penalty is equal to penalty for release of goods or 1 lakh, whichever is the lower will be the penalty. Okay. For example, owner of the goods is not coming forward. Then what is the goods? What is the conveyance? What we said previously, for the goods in the owner is coming forward, for goods 200% penalty, and for conveyance will be the value of the goods. Penalty is equal to penalty for release of the goods or 1 lakh, whichever is higher. Sorry for disturbance. What I want to say, understood? Owner is coming forward. Two things. For taxable goods, 200% of penalty. Exempted goods, 2% of the value of the goods. In case of the release of the conveyance, penalty for the value of the goods or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. This is the penalty. In case owner of the goods is not coming forward, then what to do? Penalty is equal 200% of the tax payable or 50% of the value of the goods, whichever is higher. Understood? Penalty is equal to 200% of the tax payable or 50% of the value of the goods, whichever is higher. For what? Taxable goods. Okay. In case of exempted goods means 5% of the value of the goods are 25,000, whichever is lower. In the case of taxable goods, 200% of the tax payable or 50% of the value of the goods, whichever is higher. In case of exempted goods, penalty is equal penalty for the release of the goods or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. Release of the conveyance, I am telling. Owner is coming forward. Taxable services, taxable goods, 200% of the penalty. In case of exempted goods, 2% of the value of the goods or 25,000, whichever is lower. In case of conveyance, if you want conveyance, the release the conveyance, penalty is equal to penalty for releasing of the goods or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. In case of owner is coming forward, then what will happen? Taxable goods means 200% of the value of the taxable goods or 50% of the value of the goods, whichever is higher. Previously we studied it lower, right? Not lower, 200% directly. Now owner is not coming forward. 200% of the value of the 200% of the tax payable or 50% of the value of the goods, whichever is higher. In case of exempted goods, 5% of the value of the goods or 25,000, whichever is lower. Owner not coming forward. In case owner is not coming forward, but we want to release the vehicle, what to do? Penalty is equal penalty for release of goods or 1 lakh, whichever is lower. So understood? This is very important, my dear friends. While your goods are moving, you should follow certain procedures and rules. Thank you, one and all. This is practicing advocate Sriman Narayana Malila. You can always reach out me for your queries with respect to tax matters and with respect to any tax issues, that may be place of supply or time of supply or input tax credit or special circumstance, and then exempted supply or the procedural aspects, or any, if you received any legal notices, if you received any difference between GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B, ASM to 10 you received, and in case of e-way bill issues, and in case of any advisory related services, you can approach me. My mobile number is 9677205265. My mobile number is 9677205265. Sriman Narayana Malila, practicing advocate, enrolled with the AP High Court and legal counsel for the tax matters with respect to Madras High Court and Mumbai High Court and Hyderabad and other income tax tribunals. I am appearing with income tax tribunals. So you need any doubt or anything which you faced problem, you can kindly reach out me. My mail id is peoples 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 advocate dot msn at the rate of gmail.com. My mobile number is 9677205265. You can reach out me at any point of time. I can advise you, I can make you understand, I can do service. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.